evening. Welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight's stories include: I had an interview concerning the Lions' 5th annual snowmobile trip. I visited council regarding the cutting regulations within town limits. I also visited the senior center. We have an update on town road conditions and more coming up after this, so please stay tuned.
If we keep taking from the land, it won't have anything left to give. In the end, we'll all lose. But there are ways to help. They don't require complicated technology, and they don't cost much. They're techniques inspired by local people. USC Canada is working with partners in Africa, building fences to protect farmland from wind erosion, laying simple catchments to trap scarce rainwater and coax food crops to grow, planting saplings to help reforest barren land. It's starting to work, and it doesn't take a miracle. What it does take is long-term commitment so that today's children will have something to inherit and more to pass on. I'm Bruce Coburn for USC Canada, 56 Spark Street, Ottawa.
I received a letter from a concerned citizen last week regarding cutting of trees within town limits for firewood. I checked with council regarding this matter. This is another one of the areas that was mentioned in the letter I received last week concerning the cutting of trees within our town for firewood. This area, Benny's Meadow, was also mentioned in that letter. I contacted council, but they informed me that they have no regulations with regards to cutting of firewood within our community. Council also informed me that if they receive a letter that is unsigned, then council cannot act upon that letter. So if you want your concerns acted upon by council, you have to sign your letter. I had an interview with Lion Clay Porter, Chairman, and Lion Lou Cooper, one of the members of the Lions Snowmobile Trip Committee, concerning this year's annual snowmobile trip. I understand that this year's Skidoo trip is planned to Burnt Dam. Can you tell us a little bit about what we can expect to see when we get there?
Well, actually, Burnt Dam is one of the hydro dams that they have to control their water for base fair power, and the site where we will be stopping at is manned by there's two people there at all times, and they control the flow of water as is needed and whatever. There is you'll get a chance to see the dam and how it works, and what it has the trailer there. About, I don't know, I think it's about 8 bedrooms into it, and a rec room and whatever. It's a beautiful building which we will be allowed to visit, and a garage and whatever. And like I say, it's a nice spot. It's interesting, and I feel sure that they'll probably explain to us just what how the thing works and whatever.
Okay, when is the trip scheduled for?
It's scheduled for March 6th, and I think our departure time is 7 o'clock. From the community center as in years before.
How long do you expect the trip to last?
Hopefully we should be back somewhere between 4 and 5, or between 4 and 5 in the afternoon.
Okay, do you think that the recent weather that we've had will affect the trip?
Well, it's possible if it keeps the way it has been, but if you know, if we can get a bit of frost and get the brooks froze, there's lots of snow to be able to do the trip, so really, we're just gonna have to keep a close watch on that and let people know.
What will the money raised this year go toward?
Well, the money raised this year, Dave, be mostly the same as last year, for the maximum camp for the handicap, and the hockey rink and the playground, and another one, the new one we got in this year is emergency relief fund.
Where rather can people pick up the sheets?
The blue sheet's going to pick up at the town hall.
Okay, are the sheets the same this year as in previous years?
Basically the same. There's a few different things. The entry fee is the same as another year, $10. And there's a lot of people asking questions about this $50 thing we got in there, but that's only just to encourage people to raise more money. You don't have to have $50. You can still go with just 10 or 20. Some people might have $30, and some people might raise 200. But it don't mean, that you got to have $50 in order to take part in the trip. And also, another thing we got this year that's different is the poker run. We got $100 for first prize, $50 for second prize, $25 for the third. So how that works is, before you leave the community center, you'll be given a card, and halfway on the trip, you'll be given another card, and when you get at the dam, you'll be given another card, one halfway back, and one when you get back to the community center. So there'll be 5 cards in all. Whoever got the best poker hand wins $100, and the second best $50, and the third $25.
Okay. How many riders do you have registered today?
Well, I can understand now, so I'd say roughly around 40.
Have you made a trip to Burnt Dam this year to check trail conditions?
Well, we tried it out last week. Went down, 7 of us went down. But there was so much water where we had a big rain, and by the time we got down to White Bear Lake, we had a bit of trouble, and it was too late to go on, so we come on back.
Okay, but the skidoers have gone to Burnt Dam before from Burgeo.
Oh yes, yeah, they've been down there quite a few times.
Okay. Will there be a place for riders to warm up and eat their lunch and whatever?
Yes, well, that'll be in sort of camps at the dam.
What types of supplies should each skidooer take with him or her?
Well, I guess you take your own lunch, spare dry belt, and wrenches and stuff like that, same as previous years.
Okay, are all the rules the same for this year as in
The
previous
rules
years?
is all the same.
Okay, is there anything else that either of you would like to add?
I don't have anything. I don't know about Lion Lou.
Yeah, well, we do have a film that that we're hoping to get later on this week with pictures of Burnt Dam and whatever, which if we do get it, sketches will be shown with this Sunday night, or if not, we will definitely have it by for next week, and we will be showing parts of it to give you an idea where you're going and what you expect to see and whatever.
Okay, well, we'd like to thank you for speaking with us. Unfortunately, we did not receive the tape that we were expecting on Burnt Dam in time for tonight's broadcast. However, it will be scheduled for one day next week. As soon as we get it, you will be notified on this channel of the date and time. We took our cameras to the Senior Citizens Complex this past week to see how work is progressing on that project. As you can see, the siding has been completed on the Senior Citizens Complex. Most of the heaves have been painted as well. With the exception of installing the doors and door lights, most of the work on the exterior of the building appears to be completed. There's no site right now, so unfortunately we won't be able to get a view from the inside to see how work is progressing in there. This is the side of the building now that faces the new healthcare facility. With the exception of the eave being painted, this back end is finished as well. It has been brought to my attention several times this past week about the conditions of the roads, especially the side roads around Burgeo. We took our camera out this past week to film some of the rough spots on the town streets. The road conditions have improved significantly over what we were driving on a few weeks ago. However, there still are a few rough spots, like this one near the home of Janice Han. As you can see, motorists had to slow down and drive with caution. Also, in the Mr. Zid area, there's a really bad road in the area of Jack Dix's. This condition appears to be caused by runoff of water. As you can see, there are a large number of fair-sized potholes, as well as a big ridge going right across the road. This area has improved a lot. However, in recent weeks there were times when this area was completely flooded out. This is another bad spot on Goodyear Place. There are a number of large potholes on this street as well. Motorists had to slow down and drive with caution, but if you're not aware that these potholes exist, then you could be in for a rough ride. Council workers have been busy day and night trying to clear up the problems on the roads. However, recent weather conditions haven't helped them any. Stay tuned for community events as well as next week's playbill after this.
A lazy evening at home. Have you ever considered that your lifestyle might be a drain on our energy resources and on our environment? Maybe it's time we reminded ourselves of the benefits of using energy efficiently. Because the more efficiently we use energy, the more positive the effects for our environment and us all. So let's be energetic about using energy efficiently.
Burgeo Action Committee traveled to St. John's on Friday to meet with the Federal Minister of Fisheries, John Crosby. Hopefully Mayor McDonald will be in our studio next week with an update on this meeting. We have a full lineup of playbacks scheduled for next week. They include: tune in on Monday night at 7 p.m. for David Attenberg's The Trials of Life, Finding the Way. Some scenes may not be suitable for all viewers. Tune in on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. when two Girl Guide teams go head-to-head on Just for the Fun of It. Then, on Wednesday night, we'll have the final two games of novice hockey. And of course, tune in on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. for story time. And of course, tune in on Sunday night at 8:30 p.m. for This Week in Review, followed by The Bandwagon. Well, that's it for tonight's program. Please stay tuned now for a bandwagon that we taped a few weeks back. It's the one that we had video troubles with. On behalf of BBS and the BBS volunteers,
I'm Dave Cooper, wishing you a great week. Good night.
Burgeo Broadcasting System, serving the community of Burgeo for 10 years. 18 channels to choose from, including a local community channel with all the latest in community happenings, events, entertainment, and a whole lot more. Something for everyone. Sports, news, music, soaps, movies, you name it, you'll find it on one channel or another. BBS, Burgeo's owned and operated community cable company.